Attention passionate Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're like me, you've been watching the NFC West closely all season long, and what's happening right now is nothing short of a seismic shift. We're talking about the Seattle Seahawks, a team that's been quietly building momentum, and a move that could redefine their defensive front and their chances of making a deep playoff run. The buzz in the league is all about a blockbuster trade involving the New Orleans Saints and the Seahawks, which could absolutely alter the landscape of the division and even the conference. And trust me, this is one of those moves that you're going to want to keep an eye on because it's not just about one player. It's about the ripple effect it creates across the entire team and division. So here's what's happening. The Saints, currently sitting with a 2-4 record, are facing some serious challenges on the defensive side. Their run defense in particular has been leaky, allowing an average of 4.7 yards per carry, which is pretty alarming. They're also in a bit of a rebuild mode, with cap issues and a need to prioritize younger talent. They're carrying around a cap hit of $14 million, and their focus right now is on rebuilding their quarterback and wide receiver positions. Their defense, which was supposed to be better this year, has been underperforming, giving up an average of 28 points per game. And with that, they're looking to shake things up, especially on the defensive line. Enter Carl Granderson, a 28-year-old edge rusher who's been making waves with the Saints. Granderson has been a disruptive force on the field with a solid career so far. Last season alone, he racked up 6.5 sacks, 28 pressures, and 14 quarterback hits. He's known for his pass rushing ability, with a pass rush win rate of around 19%, and his run defense grade is also impressive at 82. 1. His EPA per rush is 27, which indicates he's effective at stopping plays before they develop. In his career, Granderson has accumulated 32 sacks, 120 pressures, and 60 QB hits, and he's been a consistent performer, especially in wide 9 alignments, a scheme that the Seahawks love to utilize. His ability to force fumbles, with an average of 0.7 per game, makes him a real threat to opposing offenses. But what's really interesting is how this move, if it happens, could impact the Seahawks. You see, Seattle's defense has been trending upward this season, especially their pass rush. Adding a player like Granderson would elevate their rotation significantly. Currently, the Seahawks' pass rush is generating about 16% pressures, but with Granderson coming in, projections suggest that could jump to around 24%, adding roughly 8 more sacks over the course of the season. That's a game changer. It's not just about individual stats, it's about the pressure he can generate in critical moments, third downs, late-game situations, and playoff scenarios. His synergy with players like Boy Mafe could be a nightmare for offenses, especially since they've already shown they can get after the quarterback effectively. Now, let's talk about the strategic aspect. The Seahawks have been building this aggressive, attacking defense, and Granderson's addition would push that philosophy even further. His ability to win against double teams, to force turnovers, and to collapse pockets makes him a perfect fit for Seattle's scheme. Plus, his presence on the field could reduce the workload for other pass rushers, allowing the team to rotate players more effectively and keep everyone fresh for the postseason. It's about creating that relentless front that can dominate games, and that's exactly what Granderson can bring. But it's not just about the immediate impact. This move also has significant long-term implications. For the Seahawks, acquiring a player like Granderson isn't just about this season. It's about establishing a foundation for sustained success. The team has already shown they're competitive, with a strong secondary led by Witherspoon, and now they're adding pieces that can push them over the top. If they're able to secure Granderson, along with their current roster, the Seahawks could see their win probability increase notably, especially in key divisional games. Recent analytics suggest that with Granderson in the fold, their chances of winning against divisional rivals like the Rams and the Cardinals could improve by around 11%, which is huge in terms of playoff seeding and home field advantage. And what about the NFC West? Well, this division has always been known for its tough physical battles. The 49ers, Rams, and Cardinals are all strong teams, but Seattle's defense with this addition could become the unit that tilts the balance. Imagine a scenario where the Seahawks' pass rush consistently pressures the opposing quarterback, disrupts rhythm, and forces turnovers. That kind of defensive dominance can be the difference maker in close games, especially late in the season when every play counts. The Seahawks have been building a resilient team, and this move could be the final piece needed to push them into serious Super Bowl contention. Of course, there are questions from the Saints' side. They're currently navigating a tough cap situation and are looking to rebuild their roster, focusing on acquiring draft picks for offensive linemen and defensive backs. They've already invested heavily in Granderson, with a deal worth around $36 million, which is a significant cap hit. For them, trading away a player like Granderson might be part of a broader strategy to free up cap space and gather assets for the future. Some analysts are skeptical, fearing that losing a player of Granderson's caliber could weaken their pass rush and overall defensive effectiveness. Their current stats show a dip in sacks per game, down to about 6, after previously being more productive. The defense, which once was formidable, now allows more points and yardage, and they're looking to retool to get back to their previous standards. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, this potential trade aligns perfectly with their current trajectory. They've been steadily improving on both sides of the ball, and their defense has been a pleasant surprise this year. Their secondary, led by Witherspoon, has been locking down receivers, and their run defense has shown resilience. Adding Granderson would give them that extra edge, literally making their front seven more aggressive and versatile. It's a move that could push the Seahawks from a good team into a true contender, especially when considering the playoff picture and the importance of pass rush in high-stakes games. And let's not forget the context of the bigger picture. The Seahawks have been known for their strong defense in recent years, especially during their Super Bowl-winning seasons, where their pass rush was a critical factor. Players like Boy Mafe have already shown flashes of brilliance, and now with Granderson potentially joining the fold, that unit becomes even more terrifying. It's about creating pressure, forcing turnovers, and controlling the game tempo. The Seahawks coaching staff has been emphasizing aggressiveness and adaptability, and this move fits perfectly with that philosophy. In terms of stats, the impact could be quantifiable. Granderson's sack total of 6.5 last season, combined with his pressures, could translate into a significant boost for Seattle's overall sack count. His PFF grade of 84.3 is indicative of a high-quality player who excels in both pass rush and run defense. Comparing him to other edge rushers on the Seahawks roster, he could push their totals higher, making their defense more balanced and unpredictable for opponents. This kind of upgrade is exactly what the Seahawks need to stand out in the crowded NFC playoff picture. Now looking ahead, the implications extend beyond just this season. If Seattle manages to land Granderson, they'll likely see a boost in their win probability not only against divisional rivals like the Cardinals, but also in key matchups against playoff contenders. Analytics suggest that with Granderson, their chances of winning against teams like the Cardinals could increase by around 11%, and that's a huge boost when you're fighting for playoff positioning. Plus, his presence could elevate the entire front seven, helping the Seahawks to protect leads, close out games, and push for a deep postseason run. This potential move is also reminiscent of recent success stories in the league, like the Burns trade to the Panthers last year, which solidified their front and created a pressure-heavy defense. If Seattle can pull off this deal, it could be the catalyst for a similar turnaround, transforming them into one of the most feared defenses in the league. The Seahawks have already been showing that they're a resilient team, and adding a player like Granderson could be the final ingredient to make them legitimate Super Bowl contenders. Their fans should be excited because this is exactly the kind of strategic move that can propel a team from good to great. Of course, everything depends on how the negotiations unfold and whether the Saints are willing to part with such a valuable player. But the signs point to a serious possibility, and if it happens, it might be one of the most significant trades of the season for the Seahawks. It's a move that aligns perfectly with their current goals, strengthening their pass rush, increasing pressure on quarterbacks, and ultimately making a serious run at that elusive Super Bowl title. The NFC West is already a tough division, but with this kind of upgrade, the Seahawks could very well be the team to beat in the second half of the season. So fans, what do you think? Is this the move that will push Seattle over the edge? Are you excited about the potential of adding Granderson to your defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I want to hear from you. And remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, analysis, and breaking news about the Seattle Seahawks. Stay tuned, Stay passionate, and let's continue to support this incredible team as they chase greatness. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Hawks.